Hi guys, welcome back to another video. I'm Lara if you're new here. Thank you very much for popping by. And if you are a returning visitor, then thanks so much for being here again. I really hope this video is helpful for you. It's gonna be 10 things you need to know before buying a house in 2022. The things I learned along the way, the mistakes I made, the hacks I learned, and the tips for being first-time buyers, getting our mortgage, and getting to buy our first property. So I really do hope that it's helpful for you guys if you're also looking to buy your first house in 2022. A small section of this video is sponsored by Sprive, who are a free app who can help you pay off your mortgage faster and in turn pay loads less interest too. So I will be sharing a little bit more information about them further on into the video, and of course the links will be down in the description. Okay, so my number one tip for things to do as you're preparing for your mortgage, and there's a lot to do guys, is not to change jobs. Now this is because your lender will need at least 3 to 6 months of your bank statements with your income proof, and if you're self-employed like myself, then potentially up to a year of these bank statements. You need to be showing that your income is stable and predictable so that you can then show your affordability for your loan. So just try, if you don't have to and you're not in a desperate position, try not to change your jobs too soon before applying for your mortgage. And even if you are approved, you've got your mortgage done, you think you're good to go, try not to do it until you are in the house, because sometimes they will look back through and they will want to know the exact up-to-date details of your employer and your income. So just wait until you're in and settled. Number 2 is to reduce your payments on your account as much as you can. So lenders don't want to see loads of ASOS and Starbucks and all the other things that you might be buying. So try to remove these from your bank statements as much as you can for as long as you can. So maybe for 3 months leading up to getting your mortgage, just do a no spend period, or just really strip back what you're spending on, just so you can show that you're not reckless with your spending, that you're affordable for the loan, and that really you're being sensible and responsible for your money. Number 3, get into some good saving habits now as well. So obviously having more in savings will help you pay off your mortgage faster. This can be tricky, I know, but this is where the free Sprive app comes in. They use their smart, clever technology to basically help you pay off your loan faster, pay off your mortgage faster, and in turn pay less interest. So it will use its smart technology to understand how you're paying, and it will mean that you don't actually have to affect your lifestyle to save more money. Did you know that you can actually be spending hundreds of thousands of pounds in interest alone over the course of your mortgage, which blows my mind how much money we repay on a mortgage. On the Sprive app, it will show you how much interest you'll be paying. As you can see here on the screen, it's absolutely crazy to think that we're spending this much money on interest alone. So actually paying off your mortgage faster is not in the bank's interest, but it is in our interest, because it means the bulk of the money that we're first paying off as for the mortgage is actually interest only. As the debt gets lower and lower, you will then be paying less and less interest. So it makes sense to do it as quickly as possible to pay less interest. Setting up the Sprive app is super easy. All you need is your email address, a couple of bits of information around your bank and your lender information, and it does everything for you automatically, which makes it super easy to manage. So it automatically puts money aside each month without affecting your lifestyle, and then just with one tap, it will go straight into your lender to reduce the loan. You can set a goal of how quickly you want to be doing this, and their smart technology, I won't pretend I understand how it all works, basically will do it all for you without affecting your lifestyle. The Sprive app also gives insights into the market to make sure you're actually getting the best product that serves you the best as well. So it's really, really interesting, and it's really, really helpful. And it's free. For many people, including us, because I'm self-employed, we don't want this big debt hanging over our heads. So it's really, really great to know that there's a way of paying off more and more of our mortgage, especially rising interest rates in the UK. It's scary to think that next time we renew our mortgage, we could be paying so much more money. So if we can manage it now and pay off more of the mortgage now, we will be paying less interest when it comes to remortgaging and over the lifetime of the loan as well. Sprive are really kindly offering you guys, my audience, a free £5 welcome credit when you set up the app. As I said, it's a free app. You can use the QR code here if you want to set it up, if you were on a laptop or watching on the telly. If you're on your phone, then go down to the description description bar at the bottom of this video and you will see a link there. It is only valid for 7 days, so don't miss out. If you're watching this in the future, it won't be valid, but make sure you're getting that now and let me know if you use it, if you love it already, and if you want to be mortgage free sooner too. Okay, so tip number 4 is anti-money laundering. So laundering. So we actually were really shocked by this. I don't know why, I just hadn't really thought about it. So the solicitor pulls through every single credit, debit, anything that's in your bank. Basically, they want to know where it's come from, how you've come about it, if it's a gift, who it's from, is there a paper trail? Like, you have to have so much information. So I wasn't really, I was quite shocked by this just because I hadn't ever thought of like money laundering, funnily enough. But yeah, I was really surprised that they did this. So just make sure you know exactly, like maybe if you have got like a large sum of money, maybe you sold off something and you've been given it in cash or something like that, you need to have a paper trail to make sure that you can prove that the money is yours. Number 5 is don't open any new lines of credit too soon before getting your mortgage. This will affect your credit score. It will then affect your chances of getting a mortgage. It will then affect your mortgage rate. It just snowballs. So don't open up any lines of credit too soon before getting your mortgage. Number 6 is don't close any cards either. You need to be remaining nice and steady, nice and stable, just so there's no like big spikes and big things for the solicitors to look into or the mortgage company to look into. Just be as consistent as you can. Okay, number 7 I think we're on is don't use your bank to fund any gambling transactions, because that could be seen as really risky to your lender. So just don't do it. Basically, don't show that you've got like bets coming out or multiple different accounts of betting or anything like that. Just don't use your bank account for betting. It can just be seen as risky to your lender and it's just not worth doing. So if you're going to do that, take out some cash and do it that way, but then obviously don't then put in the lump sum of money, because they'll be asking you where that comes from if you do win. Obviously, my advice would be not to gamble anyway, but if you do, then just make sure it's not coming out of your bank. Okay, so number 8 is just to ensure you protect your credit score. Don't do anything that's gonna damage your credit score. There is a video coming really soon, which will be 10 tips to increase your credit score. If you're interested in that, let me know and I can definitely make that for you. I've been thinking about doing it for a while, but just try not to damage it. So that is, don't have any fines outstanding that you haven't paid for, don't get credit or don't default on credit. Just try and be as well behaved as you can so that you don't damage your credit score. Okay, number 9 is you're gonna have to be organized. You're gonna need information on your savings, your income, your debts, your any payments that you might have outstanding, any outgoing bills that you need to have your bank statements, which we had to have in paper form, which you have to order from the bank for a whole year. So for us, that was like a really big hassle in a way, because you can't just print them out or send them on as a download. You have to have them from the bank, which I thought was a bit strict, but just be prepared to do all this. It does take a lot of time. As I said at the beginning, it's like a full-time job at the start when you're trying to get this loan, because it's such a big deal. So just be really organized, and if you can get on top of it now and start just getting your pay slips in order, your P60s, anything like that that you might need to be giving into the mortgage people, just get it in order now so that you're there ready to pass it all over for them to look over. Number 10 is to pay off any debts that you have monthly, and try not to have any big debts hanging over you. So if you do have a credit card, which I have for maintaining my credit score, I spend on it, I pay it off every month. I never have that debt rolling over. And especially if you're going for a mortgage, you just need to show that you don't have debt, that you don't need to borrow money to be able to live, because obviously that's all going down to your affordability. They want to see that you don't need to borrow money to be able to pay back your mortgage essentially. So yeah, try not to have any debts that are big. Obviously you might have a car payment, and that's fine. Like, they are understandable about things like that. They do get that people have got loans for things or car finance, but just don't go getting loads of debt, and make sure you're paying off every month, if you can, your credit card debt. And essentially just don't take out the credit card if you can't afford to pay it back each month. I know that it is difficult, that we need to rely on credit sometimes to pay for things, but just be really sensible leading up to applying for your mortgage. I hope these tips were helpful. Please let us know in the comments if you have any further tips for how to get a mortgage in 2022, things to do before you buy your first house in 2022. And I know that lots of people read the comments, so it's really helpful for other people. Don't forget the Sprive app, which is free, will be linked in the description bar. If you're watching on mobile, go and click on the link, and up here in the QR code if you would like to give it a try, and there'll be the £5 welcome gift for you for new customers, and it's only available for 7 days, so don't forget that. Thank you so much for watching and being here. I can't wait to see you again soon. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye.